The 2020 presidential election has been the biggest story of the year by far. The pandemic would be a close second. This election news cycle has been one of the craziest in a long time. Leading up to November 3rd, tensions were high and the nation was on edge as we waited 4 whole days to get the results. More Americans voted in the 2020 election than any other in more than 100 years. Nearly 65% of the voting eligible population cast a ballot. Young voter turnout surged in response to key issues like the pandemic, racism, and climate change. Millennials and Gen Zers may be branded the distractible generations, but they did not lose focus this election. Young people across the country turned out at a higher rate than 2016, playing a key role in tight races. A USI student, Keenan Allstott, says this election was livid.
I'm a big fan of it. I like the mail-in voting. I like that there's a little bit more flair this year. It's added a little bit of suspense that we haven't had in our lifetimes, and I'm excited to see how it plays out.
After 4 long days of counting ballots, Joe Biden was declared the president-elect clearly and fairly. Now, historically speaking, accepting defeat and graciously conceding is what most presidents have done over the years. Trump has shown no signs of conceding or even coming close to admitting defeat of any kind. And many of his supporters think the election was rigged, voter fraud happened, and that Trump really won. People are entitled to their opinions, and that is fine. With that being said, the people have spoken. Biden clearly won the election fair and square. USI student and president of the College Democrats group here on campus, Anna Ardeling, shares her thoughts on all this voter fraud talk.
Voter fraud is actually extremely rare, and it's not going to produce the results that President Trump is hoping it will.
People will look back 20 years from now and will still be talking about this moment, as it is one of the most consequential and historical elections of our time. Reporting for Access USI, I'm Kane Jones.